Hey everybody, this is Limitless KRGNN, and we're doing a Marvel figure review this week, and this is from ZD Toys. Alright guys, so again, this is the company ZD Toys, and this is the Iron Man Mark IV from Iron Man 2, you know, the predecessor of Iron Man 3 that got damaged in the end of Iron Man 1 when he was fighting Obadiah. So, I think in the movie this only had like about 15-20 minutes in the whole part 2 of the movie Iron Man 2, if I'm not mistaken. So that's about the Iron Man suit. But the company itself, Z Toys, I don't know that much about it. I just know it's like when I found out about them, it was the last like I think 2 or 3 years. They've been focusing a lot on Iron Man, and they're still doing it, but it seems like they're also spreading out now. They're doing other characters from Marvel. I think they're doing Spider-Man, the Iron Spider-Man suit, and I think they're even coming out with a Venom figure. I hope they keep doing more because honestly their figures look really cool. Now again, this is kind of like Marvel Legends, just has a little bit more nicer scope and paint. But of course I would tell you the flaws of this figure, of course, of this, what I'm doing a review of it. So the box itself is really nice. It has like a really cool kind of like holographic kind of chrome look to it. And then the way it's shaped, it kind of has like a book feel to it, so you can actually stack it if you're building the whole collection. I like that. Because the way it's designed, it kind of has like a shelf like you put it in your shelf and just take it out, and the way it just opens up like that and you can see the inside like that is really nice. And it does come with a good amount of accessories, of course I'll tell you that, show you that. And like I said, this is really cool. I do have another Iron Man figure, and I will do a review of it about this week or next week. I don't know, of course I'll post about it, but I'm really excited to show you guys this. So now let's actually check it out and check out all the accessories and get a good look at the figure itself. Alright guys, so this is the extra accessory it comes with. It does come with this kind of basic like claw things. I've seen these, they're not the greatest for me, from my experience. Maybe you have better experience with these, but I haven't. It's cool that it actually says Iron Man Mark IV. This is Marvel Studios. It does come with the flame effects. He does come with like at least 6 different, the same hands actually, pretty much. They're not different, they just mold, I guess they use the same hands. I know out of the 6, there's 2 there with the holes, you guys can see that right there. But the other ones, they kind of missed out right there. I don't know, they could have different poses or doing something, but that's just it about the extra accessories. So let's get a little better look at the figure itself. Alright guys, so let's actually look better at the scope of the figure itself and the paint on this. Now right away you can tell some of it is not really like painted. I think it's like that printed kind of sticker thing they do, but it's not bad. Now some parts are kind of seem like they are kind of like thin weather, and that's really cool too. Honestly, the scope on this is really nice. This is what won me over when it came to at this figure. Now, not all parts are articulated, and I'll show you that in a bit right now, but I'm just showing you the scope on this thing, and it's really nice. I really do like this. This is, like I said, one of the reasons I actually won me over when it came to this figures of this line. So, let's test the articulation. Now, articulation-wise, he does have kind of like a ball joint here, so he does spread pretty much like this. And he actually has like a little bit of shift, so you could actually stretch him out a little bit. Like, it actually opens up a bit, so his shoulders can move a little bit forward, and I think they did that to kind of mimic the Iron Man pose a little, not quite. He does bend. I guess you can see that's how much he can bend. He does have like a ball joint there. He does have a bone joint in his stomach. As you can see that. This whole part right here is one solid plastic. That's so keep that in mind. So it does have lack of articulation there. He does have a swivel joint there. He does kick pretty high up to the side. As to how much, not back, not at all. He does bend to an extent. You guys can see that. He does have like a kind of like I don't know if it's a ball joint. Yeah, I think, okay, it is a board joint, but yeah, right there. He does not have anchor privilege. But yeah. Now, I feel like over time, when you move this too many times, I feel like the paint will scrape off. Just keep that in mind. He does have this part here that I do like. It spreads open like that. I don't think I ever saw it in the Iron Man movie. I gotta check that out now. He does have nice detail. For me, I think I'm gonna weather this just to stick out appreciate more of the gunmetal it comes with. You guys can see that. Let's actually get a better look at that. Zoom in right there, you guys can, or just better just to see that part. But yeah. So that's it when it comes to the articulation. Oh, forget his head. So his head does swivel to the side. So you guys can see that to the side there. He does. That's how high it goes up. It doesn't go pretty high up. But yeah. So I already switched the hands. They're not actually that hard to take off and on. So just to show you the effects of the flames, and right there, and also for the leg, it is a nice little effect you guys can add to it. Just to show you right there like that. Now you guys want to see how it is with him with the stand itself. I will show you that now. But I noticed there's two versions of the stand, one that supports underneath him and one that just supports his waist. The waist one is not that sturdy. It kind of just gives up a lot. I don't know, it's just mine like that, but or maybe all of them are like designed with that kind of flaw. But yeah, just keep that in mind. So let's look at it with him actually kind of display with his flames, kind of like he's hovering on something. So I noticed the figure itself has this kind of extension to its whole body. Like you can spread right here like this, like that, and like that. And this actually helps it a little bit when it comes to like posing him and articulate a little, not a lot, but just to an extent it helps a little bit more. It's cool they added that, but what kills it is that it should definitely have a board joint here. All these are board joint here, but I think the reason they didn't do that is just to give it that kind of unique, nice scope of the bottom, stomach part itself. But yeah. So that's it. So let's talk about the good and the bad about this. So the only negative I think I have against this is the lack of articulation. I can see why they kind of didn't do it. Is because they're trying to keep it budget, but also just to keep the integrity of the scope and design. So I think the more they want you add articulation, the more I guess it'll cost more. So I think they try to keep it affordable. Just keep that. I think that's the reason. That's why they did that way they did it. But to me, I wish it had a better articulation. Because I do collect and I do like posting my figures. Just keep that in mind that it does lack articulation to some extent. But other than that, I do like the mold and the design. Now some of them do come with LED lights. I don't know which one. I think it's the Mark 3 or the one of the higher Marks ones. But yeah, I think this is a must buy. So I actually paid so these retail about $29, about the same amount as a Marvel Legends. Especially right now they're getting more expensive. If you notice, Marvel Legends figures are getting more expensive. These retail about $29, but you are going to pay another $15 international shipping costs. So you are going to waste about $40 to $45. Now I have seen people selling it for that price here in the States. I actually say buy it because it's here in the States. You don't have to deal with waiting almost a month there's a chance getting lost if you import it. You're paying it like if you are importing it, but it's already here in the States for that same price. It's a must-have. I do like this. I know a lot of people are kind of 50-50 about this. I really do like it. Like I said, I like the design. I like the scope. I like the paint. The only thing I think why people are kind of bummed about is that the lack of different kind of accessories it comes with and the articulation. But for the price of $29, it's what you get for that box. It's not an SH Figure Arts that has more. I don't know. To me, SH Figure Arts, when it comes to Iron Man figures, are not the greatest scope for me. I'm not a fan of the way how they, design their versions of Iron Man through SH Figure Arts. It's just my opinion. But yeah, so for me, it's a definite must get if you are a fan of Iron Man. I do like this line. I'm definitely going to try to get more of these figures. So I hope you enjoyed this. This is Limitless, KRGNN. And like I always say, adios. And keep collecting. And leave comments, subscribe, put thumbs up. Any way to help the channel.